Yeah, whatever you can pull out from the wood.
We are today in the Hamwood estate outside Dunboyne. There's been a cherry laurel infestation here for the last 30, 40 years, maybe even longer, which has decimated any new growth of trees. It's wiped out the herbaceous layer, the flowers, the shrubs. There's not much else going on in here. But in April, we came here to start to remove everything by hand. We've been turning the invasive species, this cherry laurel shrub, which comes from Turkey. It's poisonous, voracious, tenacious. I got a lot of respect for this shrub, but it is killing our forests.
The Gaelic Woodland Project is raising funds to create a new woodland, but we are also developing methodologies to remove and turn into biofuel a very big invasive species that's threatening Irish nature right now. We have removed an impressive amount of cherry laurel that was completely covering and suffocating the forest floor. There is light coming in now and things are coming up from the floor and it's great.
We've been on the go for a few months, coming out here, removing all the shrubs by hand. And today we're turning it into firewood.
Its wood burns really, really well, and you do not need a license to fell it because it's categorized as a shrub, not a tree. So even though it can grow really big and have logs this thick, it's a shrub. So anybody is allowed to bring it down and harvest free firewood. So that's what we've been doing here. We have been categorizing the pieces of wood, we have been making them smaller, we have been splitting them, and we are now bagging them up for drying over winter.
It should dry quite easily, but we have to create the right conditions. So we're raising the wood off the floor, we're putting them in tarps, they're perforated so the air can flow through. We'll leave it for a few months. At the moment it's about 40% moisture. Once it drops below 18%, then it'll be good for the hearth, then it'll be good for the fire. Next year we're going to collect them and give them away to people for free.
We're going to keep, just like last year, giving it out to different organizations, music festival, Body and Soul Festival got some, and a few other events had it. So our objective is to show people with this work that you can get free fuel to warm yourself up and your granny's home as well, and you can take it out from an invasive species. So we are very excited, it's going so well, and we have 20 people out today working with us.
So this ecological crisis is really just our inability to manage a resource. People are told you can't cut peat anymore, but how are you going to heat your homes? We're importing firewood, we're importing peat, but we have an abundant resource in our forest that's destroying our remaining native woodlands. So we should turn it into fuel.
Amehel is a word as Gaelic, which means collective work. It comes from the time when a lot of the farm work would be done in community. So if it was your time to harvest your field, your neighbors may come down, give you a hand, there'll be a big stew or something at the end, a bit of crack, and that's Amehel. It's a day of community work. So that's how we are calling our working days, because it's what it is. It's a coming together of people to help, I suppose, something bigger than any of us. So it's a good one.